Okay, sorry. What I was saying before was that where her little stool is, or the thing she likes jumping up on, is right next to our router. And I should maybe rethink that because our router is completely fine as long as you don't look at it or touch it or say bad things about it. As soon as you do any of those things, it's just like, oh, you know that internet I wanted to provide you? You're not getting that anymore.
Yeah, you're not going to need that, are you?
Why would you need internet? Come on.
Sounds like a jerk.
It's a giant jerk.
I think what it is it's like a lazy router. It doesn't really want to do its job, so if you give it any reason not to, it's like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a union thing. Hey, it's a rain delay. Sorry, rain delay for your internet.
Yeah.
Mine died completely a couple of weeks ago. It started flashing like a Christmas tree. And then that was it.
Good.
The internet in Canada is just so sad.
Some lights are good. Too many lights, not good.
Yeah.
Okay, so where we left off, sorry, was that we were talking about the response to seeing Sir Gorgosh, and I was just clarifying that because of his station, which you guys know and may think is nonsense, that especially this far out, this is someone who can kind of do what he wants and will get away with it as far as the law is concerned. That said, it doesn't mean that he's not a giant dick, but
right,
yeah. So he, what do you call it? You guys finally get kind of saddled up. You are now getting. I mean, you were never really getting the warm shoulder from Sir Gorgosh there, Decklin, but you're getting a distinctly icy shoulder from Lady Nikita now. So. The morning passes, and you are riding through thick, craggy foothills for hours and hours and hours. It is winding and down and up, and it is very slow going. This road is, I guess, the only good thing that can come from this is from this type of terrain is that you're not. You're not getting. You've got a little more. So you've got a little more line of sight. The vegetation and the trees are much more sparse here, but and there's some like very sparse spring grass that's growing in or beginning to grow in, but you can see up ahead where you're heading towards is directly towards another really. It's another set of mountains further off in the distance, and what looks like forests further up. You're also heading uphill gradually, a lot of kind of rolling as you go, but a distinctly sort of upward direction overall. Makes you grateful for the, or at least your horses will be grateful for the return trip, which will hopefully be all downhill. It's about noon when you pass the border into Stony Bend, and it's so you've been traveling for probably about 4 or 5 hours at this point. You guys break for a meal and just to water the horses, and once again, of course, Lady Evelyn is trying her best to chat up Brother Decklin. Lady Nikita is trying to tries for a little bit to run interference, and then finally kind of gives up on the matter. You guys are just getting your meals. The coachman is taking care of the horses for Lady Evelyn's carriage. When you hear someone shouting, you hear that brusque voice from up ahead that screams out, "Get your bastard ass over here! Back here now!"
Thale, go take a look, see what's what.
Look over, and it's what it is it's Sir Gorgosh who's calling his dog back. The dog has run off. The dog comes scampering back, and what what do you call it? Thale, why don't you make a perception check or a perception detection check? If you're trained in detection, use that.
All right. Hey, boxcars for me. My detection is 8. So 8. 20.
20, nice. So you can see this thing is, its big, jowly kind of mouth is panting, and its tail's kind of going, which is the first time you've seen its tail go. No, I guess its tail's down because it's coming back to him. So it's not really pleased, but you can see that there is a distinct gore around its mouth.
Gorgosh. I'll point out to him, and as I walk over to the dog, I'll let Gorgosh know. Gorgosh's got like really awesome perception. Like, let's go check this out.
Okay. As you do that, what do you call it? Sir Gorgosh cuffs the dog with his mailed hand. When it comes back, it yipes, and he chastises it again. And you got to, stay next to me. And then he looks down and he grabs the thing's, he leans over, grabs the thing's jaw and brings it up. And just looks at it, looks off into the forest, and draws his massive blade. So you guys see that, and he starts stalking his way in. And he kind of whistles.
Going there.
Sorry, go ahead, Brent.
That's my plan too.
Okay, Decklin and Ozzie, you sort of see this is happening. Do you guys want to get involved at all, or?
I'll motion you guys to join us.
I'll kind of stand around, kind of maybe behind Gorgosh.
Okay. Well, you guys also, you may recall, you and Gorgosh had that like rocky then turned good relationship before too.
Yeah.
So Ozzie is stalking behind you, his two blades at his side, and you see that the hound kind of hops off, and where this is there is a small copse of trees about maybe 50 meters off the or 50 yards off the road, and apparently that's where this dog has been messing around. He kind of bounds forward, and as you manage to sort of catch up to Sir Gorgosh, and he's stalking in there, his sword out. This massive thing would easily require 2 hands for anyone other than someone who's his size or or at least his strength, I guess, or a trollkin or an ogren. But anyway, you guys make your way in. And you can hear the dog is kind of growling at something. And as you guys get closer in sort of the underbrush that's grown under the shade of these trees, you can see his form is kind of like as if it's gnawing at something or tugging at something. And then you hear Sir Gorgosh kind of whistle, and the dog kind of bounds back again. And he stalks over. And you guys are able to sort of get up at the same time. While you walk over, what you see is there's actually a booted foot sticking out of the underbrush.
All right. I will, whatever's easier, move the underbrush or pull the booted foot.
It's probably easier to pull the foot. This is kind of the type of vegetation that would survive out in the exposed to sort of the mountain winds would probably be quite hardy.
Okay, I'll give the.
Well, Gorgosh kind of pushes Thale out of the way, and he grabs the foot and he pulls on it.
Okay, so as you pull the foot out, you reach down sort of faster than Sir Gorgosh could notice. He's like, "Hey!" and tries to stop you, and then you yank it out, and you're all kind of like, "What the?" What you see is the remains of a human who appears to have a very poorly bandaged wound on his left side, which seems to have come from when his arm was either bitten or wrenched off.
Yikes.
You don't need to make a medicine roll, Steve, for Decklin to know that this guy is dead, and the almost fish belly white complexion suggests that he died from exsanguination, from blood loss. You can see that there is a crude attempt at a bandage on the thing, and Gorgosh, you sort of Dragosh is looking around now, kind of circling this thing and trying to see if there's any attackers or whatnot. Gorgosh, you sort of fall into the inquisitive mode. And
yeah, I'm looking to see if there's any identification, any identifiable, sigils or markers or pins or anything that this person's wearing.
Yeah. Ozzie, I'm assuming you're assisting Gorgosh in this, in that you are looking for coin purses?
You know me well.
I do.
From the corpse's attire, can we read anything a bit more about it, like station or...
Well, that's where Gorgosh is going to come in. Gorgosh, what you see is that there's actually a fairly large and recent pool of blood underneath the... actually, would you make a detection check for me, please?
I will assist you.
Okay.
Well, is a 19?
19 is yes, definitely good enough.
Okay.
Okay, so what you see is that the body apparently was set up against a tree, because there is one of the trees that's in there, because there's a massive dark wet spot of blood that basically you think this thing was leaning against and then slumped over and then may have been dragged a little further by the enthusiastic play of Sir Dragosh's dog.
Right. Okay.
The looking at this fellow's clothes, it's quite ragged, but it is armored. He's got an empty scabbard at his waist, and he has an empty. He has what looks like a. And with that, this is something that just because you rolled quite so well on his belt, there is a kind of like, it's filthy, but there is a little clean spot where you think that a holster may have been for like a pistol. So someone may have taken a pistol from them. Ozzie, he's got nothing of value on him. Whoever this person was, he's had everything of value stripped from him. Gorgosh, you can tell from the blood trail that he made his way here from the east, and you think that there may have been, just from the number of tracks that are around the area, there's at least 2 other people who were with this person.
And he's Umbrian?
He is Umbrian, and he has the brand on his face that marks a prisoner or criminal.
Oh.
This is, you would think, fairly typical of bandits in this area.
As is my nature, when I examine things like this and I'm with, colleagues of mine, I would be telling them these things as I discover them.
Okay. So what you, as you discover it and you mention this, the Lady Nikita says, it's just the springtime. They come like plagues. They hole up for the winter in the hills and then come down trying to prey on the springtime traffic. She looks... Decklin, do you want to make a medicine check for me? Actually, anyone who's trained in medicine can go ahead and make a check.
Sure. I'll try and assist Brother Decklin here.
I get to roll 3 dice to keep 2?
You do, yeah.
Alrighty.
17 for Thale.
It's better than my 14.
19.
Nice. So, Brother Decklin, you get down, and you're getting close to the body. Lady Evelyn has tried to get out of the carriage and come over, and Lady Nikita is like, "No, stay back with them." Sir Gorgosh has gone off to start looking for other things. You get down there and you're examining the corpse, and now that you've seen it, there is a bit of like chewing on the side of the body, but the arm itself, it has been torn from the body, and you can see that on the inside of the no, there's that, and then there are some what do you call it, contusions around like the other parts of the body, which suggests that something either big hit this guy before he died, or something shook him by the arm so hard that the rest of his body fell off. Let's see here.
Like a dog.
You don't. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
A dog couldn't do it, though, could it?
No, absolutely not. This is
No.
with a roll 19. It's got to be something phenomenally strong, like a warjack strong. I mean, there's lots of things that are that strong, like, and in these hills, trolls. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Those satyrs. If one of those satyrs grabbed him and shook him up hard enough, but that's not how you saw those things fight.
Or a warjack.
Or a warjack, yeah. That it's something that strong. A warjack could easily do that.
A demon-possessed warjack.
A demon-possessed warjack could do that too, yes. Hey, bud.
What was the name of that warjack again?
You what? I got my wallet. Oh, where were you going?
Went around the neighborhood when I went to Max.
And I forgot your wallet.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, be right back.
Okay, see you soon. Oh, Jaden. He's gone. Have you guys had the Dr. Pepper licorice?
No.
No.
It is the greatest fucking thing I've, for candy. It's like soft licorice. Soft licorice, but it tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Huh.
Really?
I don't even know that, but that sounds awesome.
Yeah. I got it on our moving day because I was just like, I want horrible fucking food. I'm so sick of being awake and heavy carrying shit. So I got that, and I devoured a whole pack of it in the span of about 5 minutes.
Wow.
Well, I've had a year and a half where I really haven't had sweets, and I haven't had candy in forever. So I had a can of Dr. Pepper for the first time in about 2 or 3 years when we were the morning when we were moving. I'm like, how did I ever give this up? This is terrific stuff. And how do you make it better? You make it chewable.
Yeah.
But so there's a number of different things I could do this. You do not see any of the trail. Jeff Gorgosh isn't really a tracker per se, but you can see that the blood trail seems to, like I say, come off from the east, and it goes for quite some time. And the other individuals who were with this person seemed to go off in the other direction, towards the west. Hey, Emilou.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I speak out loud all these things as I'm discovering them.
Okay. The as you're saying that, Lady Nikita kind of okay. She kneels down and sort of looks the tracks that you're. Or no, I guess it wouldn't be her. It'd be Gorgosh. Gorgosh is off with the dog, and he you notice that he's actually making his way back to the road and mounting up, and sort of not he was ignoring you guys, but he appears to be getting ready to sort of ride off somewhere. You can infer from what he was doing that he seems to have detected perhaps a trail.
The question is, do we care?
I don't think so. Our goal
Our
is
mission is to protect the lady, Evelyn.
And yeah, it sucks that we came across a corpse, a looted corpse, but that doesn't necessarily mean we start, riding off and abandon our charge just because we found a corpse.
Right.
This Sir Gorgosh seemed to think different, and you've got about maybe 2 or 3 minutes before he's going to just go off and do his thing.
Well, he tends to go off and do his own thing anyway.
Right. Well, the question is whether you go along with him or not.
Yeah, like, do we follow him? Do we wait here? Like, I wouldn't leave the lady alone.
I think he knows where we're going, and we have our assigned task. It's not like we've even got an invitation. He's just...
Okay, I just yell after him, where are you going?
He looks back, says, the trail is less than an hour old. And he points off. We can catch them and deliver, he nods back to the carriage, her, with plenty of time. You want to do your jobs, marshals? He turns and starts trotting off with following the dog.
Well, if we all go...
Yeah, I don't feel we
that's
should
a
leave
bad
them.
idea in terms of...
Absolutely.
Sorry we lost our charge. We were following a trail for some dead bandit.
Well, the Lady Nikita steps forward and says, I'm no woodsman, but whatever did that is out here. This is not something that is a common occurrence. This is no troll coming down. This is something different.
Oh, I thought it would be something like a troll, but
a simple troll would just consume this person. They would.
Oh, that's right. I remember. They eat everything.
They'll eat anything. This is something significantly different. And
yeah, I don't think we should leave the caravan.
You saw the okay. Yeah, it's just if this is as it says, is less than an hour ahead, you should be able to catch 2 men on foot. I can watch the caravan if one of you cares to stay, and you can ride with him, find out what you can. That one, and he nods off at the departing knight, he'll just kill whatever he finds. I want to know what it is that killed that one. She nods towards the corpse. If you're not back within the hour, we'll carry on.
So which one of us stays behind?
She nods towards Decklin and says, "Not that one."
Yeah,
I was just going to suggest Decklin. If it's supernatural, your skills might be better suited to the hunt.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Gorgosh will volunteer.
Malosh says, "I'll stay. I will stay."
Okay.
If you wish. Make haste, though. You won't want to leave me alone with these ladies for too long, will you? And he kind of winks at you guys.
I
Okay.
think you only have to wink at Decklin.
Yeah. I'm not sure he doesn't necessarily know yet that, or at least he's not letting on that he knows. So, okay, so then you guys, I guess, mount up and go riding off after the bounding or the massive Sir Gorgosh on the, what do you call it, mounted on his Umbrian Destrier. Unfortunately, that is taking us about to the time, so I hope to get this done in one, but it'll be done in two session. So that's where we'll cap it for
Okay, we love
the night. So what was that, Steve?
That's okay. I don't mind spending time in this world.
Yeah, no, me either. And
I don't think any of us mind.
you guys did, all of you did some terrific role playing. We got a lot accomplished. This felt like a really productive session, notwithstanding our fuck up with Skype. So it'll be a 4 XP session, which means
Yeah.
welcome.
Put it an even 100.
Welcome to Epic Tier, Ozzie. Welcome to Veteran Tier,
Thank you.
and Decklin.
That means you get a pension now, and you
Yeah.
can march in parades.
And Gorgosh. So Gorgosh, you're at 119. You don't get anything new. Decklin, you're at 114. You don't get anything new. Ozzie, I believe you get at least one new thing. And Thale, you get one new thing as well.
Yeah, it's either going to be, I haven't decided, either poise or intellect.
Oh, it's an attribute boost?
Yeah.
What is it for hitting 50? Ozzie has now outpaced Ladimir.
Wow.
Who plays Vladimir again?
Adolfo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, Adolfo, he's never here anyway.
He is never here,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Wait, it's ever since he went to private practice. It's just brutal. Never see him. Okay, so Ozzie, what you got?
I did love his Mr. Freeze in the DC Adventures.
Yes,
So many puns.
that was awesome. That session was a shit ton of fun.
Yeah, that was agreed.
I got to figure out a way to make the math easier on my head, but that was the superhero stuff was a lot of fun to run. Okay, so you've got +1 archetype benefit, so you get to pick one skilled benefit for Ozzie.
Okay. So like a new skill. Okay.
No, new archetype benefit.
What's that?
It's the benefit you get from your archetype. If you go to the PDF, it has the different archetypes in it. Your archetype is skilled.
Right.
Okay, and there are a number of.
Oh
abilities.
yeah. Yep. I remember what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah. So now you get to pick one of those for Ozzie. So cool. I will harass you guys about that between now and probably actually later this weekend. But that's awesome. Fuck, was that a lot of fun getting back to the Iron Kingdoms. I would expect that we're going to be going back here more often because this was. I remember that we were sort of on the cusp of some big developments in that campaign, and two of you guys. Well, Thale is in Epic Tier now too. But two of you guys are less than 40 XP away from endgame.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
I really like this campaign. It's a lot of fun.
Well, and you know what? I've never had I've never played or run anything where players have gone from 0 to endgame ever. You know. So,
Yeah. We've played this game for a long time.
Yeah. Well,
I really like these characters. I find that they're really developed.
Yes, there's a lot of, and that's what I've got to figure out with our. And this is, I think, the difference between the custom campaigns and the. Oh, you know who's my #1 son? Holy shit! Look at this. Oh, you're the best.
What do you want first?
I'll have him afterwards. I'll come over and I'll join you. Look at this number one son. He gets me Dr. Pepper, and he gets me 2 drumsticks.
Nice.
Oh,
He's a
my,
dick.
but in my defense, Jaden got to come home to find a 6-pack of Coronas for him, so
Nice.
I know how to dad right. So cool. Yeah, the amount of this kind of session that we get to have, where you guys just get to relax in the atmosphere of the setting. It's different in the Forgotten Realms. It's not D&D's fault. It's Forgotten Realms that doesn't have distinctive kind of cultures and whatever in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason, a lot of the supplements, Forgotten Realms is like a large world, but a lot of their material is centered on the north, and there's not a lot of stuff in the north to work with in terms of like nations and cultures and stuff.
No.
Like, and if they put the same, say, like, amount of stuff in towards, say, like, the inner sea area, where everything from, like, Cormier to Sembia to, like, you know, the Aglaron is all connected by water or something, and then...
I think what they need is that if it had more distinctive bits to it. Like the... Eberron has... Each nation has a distinctive feel to it. Dark Sun has that to a degree as well. Forgotten Realms is just kind of, every fantasy trope that you might want is there, but there's not a lot of distinctiveness and whatever.
Yeah, and every time they revise things, they just toss in new races or things, and then do some kind of... It was like Dragonlance. It was really cool, and then they started, every time they did something, there was a new cataclysm, or, And
noticed, so what I was saying before is that I think it's the difference
instead of
between...
like...
What's that, Nick?
I gotta get going.
Oh, okay, cool. Nick, have a great long weekend.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
See you, Nick.
too.
See ya.
Later.
Nick.